All right, we are live, and it is Friday, January 24th. Mitch and myself, we are doing the Sharp App Power Hour here with you, and we will post the Discord, our free
Yep.
Discord, and all the links and all that good stuff so that everybody can hop on and we will get started here. So, hope everyone is doing well today. It is conference championship weekend on Sunday, so should be some good games this weekend.
Yeah.
Excited.
Oh, yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. There we go. I know. I'm excited. I think that the obviously the matchups are really fun, and it's just been it's the football has been good the past few weeks for sure. Like it's just been fun to be able to watch it.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Let's get this in here. All right. We are promoted. Let's
All
rock
right,
and
we
roll.
are rocking and rolling. So we'll see what we can do here. We had a record-breaking stream last time, so let's keep it rolling. I know football is king, and we only got a few more weeks of it. So had the championship, college championship on Monday,
Yep.
and Ohio State ended up on top there. So
And not surprising, but what I am
yeah,
like, I don't know. Did you watch the game at
I
all?
didn't I didn't watch it. I didn't get to
So
watch it. I was a
after
little
the
busy.
first drive,
Yeah.
Notre Dame goes down the field. I think it's 14 plays. Like Riley Leonard is like, I mean, just Tim Tebow out there, right? And you think to yourself, like, oh my God, Notre Dame might win this game. Like
Yeah.
they legitimately might win this game. And then they just did not. After that, it just kind of fell apart. When once I said this in our free Sharp app Discord, I said this, but once once Ohio State remember that they have like two wide receiver ones, NFL wide receiver ones on their team, that's when things started to kind of get out of hand. I mean, for sure. Like, and they are just so good. They were
Right.
really good, and they were the best team. I mean, I don't know if you could argue that they were the best team all year. Like that probably goes to Oregon, but I mean, that national champs and Ryan Day saved his job, right? Like losing to Michigan and then winning the Natty, probably good enough to keep his job.
Yeah, I would say so. I would hope so. uh, but yeah, it sounds like Notre Dame is gonna be around for a little bit too, from what it sounds like to me. Like they have a legitimate chance of winning the national championship here in the next few years. So
Well, and they got I don't know if you saw this floating around like the social medias, but they get $20 million for being in the national championship, right? While Ohio State, like the Big Ten, gets $20 million, right? Like so it's I mean, and obviously some of that will 100% go to Ohio State, but like for Notre Dame, that's massive amounts of money, you know. So, and then they get to create their own schedule every year, and like they being independent has worked for them. So we'll see.
yeah, yeah, good stuff. So we'll go ahead and stick with our theme here of
Yep.
showing you guys the Proptimizer, what it's about, and our Discord, and then we will get into the Sharp report. So I will hop over to our Discord just real quick
Yep.
so we can show you guys what's going on over there. But as always, it is free, and you guys want to make sure that you are in there because there's plenty of people that may not subscribe to the Sharp app, but uh, you know, I mean, pay for it, right? And then
Mhm.
they're in our free Discord, so we're putting out free stuff, free content, just like this. free picks each and every day. So make sure that you guys are over there and checking us out, because we do like to help you out, you know, whether you have the bankroll to be able to subscribe or not. So we have some free picks here. We got an owner's box, no sweat Friday for you. The board is a little light today, so you see players like, you know, Eric Gordon and then Javonte Green on better here as some free picks, but hey, that's the way it is sometimes. And then Madness with the free pick on X. I am gonna put something out myself after this. We are on an underdog streak on Instagram, so we have been rolling. I think we had like 6 in a row the other day, and then we lost one, but we started a new one and we're rolling with that one. So and then we got the LeBron discount cashed us last night, so all good things for you. So,
and those are just the free ones.
Yeah,
right? Those are just the free ones.
Just the free ones. Just the free ones right there. So, you know, there's also ones in the pick'em that you know, as you can see here, there's that's if you're a pro member. Madness had the Ant free square the other night, and that cashed on DK pick 6. And then we also have you know, just regular sports books props, as well as coaches picks and you know, things like that. But just to show you, those are absolutely free every single day. And we do have some actually, you know, exciting news, and I don't know if you want to go over that, Mitch, as far as you know, what we're going to be releasing in February as far as our Proptimizer is going to be some really you know, really cool stuff. And kind of, I would say, like, it's going to take us to basically Sharp 3.0, because we are going to have Proptimizers for right now. I'm pulling in, you know, the, like you saw, the better.
So I got the list. So here we go.
And everything.
We got
go for
Better, Boom, Dabble, Profit X, Rebet, Sports Trade, Stake US, Thrills, Vivid, and more, right? Like, there are going to be so many Proptimizers. Oh my God, my phone's gonna blow up with how many free picks you are going to be giving out once these Proptimizers come out, Swami.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I'm excited, because right now I'm doing this all on my own, and I only have so much time, and I'm trying to make sure that I get the best ones for you. But right now it's going to be right in front of my face, and it's going to be like, you guys got to get this right now, because this pick on Dabble right now is crazy. So you know, that's going to be released in February here, which is really right around the corner. So
there are, I mean, you know, and truthfully, like, in case anyone that's watching didn't know, we are switching data providers, right? So we are going to be in early February. I think it's early February. I couldn't tell, or I can't remember when exactly it is, but by the Super Bowl essentially is our deadline, right? So while some things got pushed back, like our market tools, right? We really felt that a priority was to make sure that we can get these Proptimizers out, right? And make sure that we have up, like, below 1 second time on updates to our Proptimizers in our books, right? So we are switching to the largest data provider in the sports betting world. It is, we can promote it now, but I mean, it really is the lowest price it's ever going to be at this moment. That's all that I can say, because things are obviously coming down the pipeline, right? And as we improve product, price will go up, right? So, you know, anytime that you want to subscribe to Sharp Pro, we'll have over 16 or 17 Proptimizers by that point, on top of all the other tools, right? Your money handles tool, your line movement, your AI, right? Like all of these things. This is the absolute cheapest it's going to be. And so I highly encourage you to reach out to myself, reach out to Swami, and let's get you hooked up so that you can make sure that you cash in on these things.
Yeah, and you're locked in. So once you do get locked into a price like we have now with the discount, you get that locked in for life. So our price doesn't go up once you are signed up. So definitely hit us up before we add all of these prop optimizers in a few weeks, because we're going to the moon, boys and girls.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's so just as a scope, right? If this is the first time that you're hearing about this, like the Sharp app is going to have access to over 175 sports books. It will update in less than half of 1 second.
Yep.
Come on now.
Nuts. And then we got the Sharp report on top of that. So I mean, there's going to be, in 2 weeks, there's going to be no one that can really hold a candle to us. So we're going to have it all. And yeah, there's no time like the present to join. So that all being said, we will go ahead and start building ourselves an underdog slip here. I don't think there's really I don't have one right now. I don't have a discount or anything, but we'll build us a nice little 3-pick here.
I mean, I was gonna say we don't need like today's slate is kind of booty, a little bit booty.
Yeah, it is. So we'll go ahead and that's why we got the prop optimizer, and it'll tell us what the best plays are, and we'll head on over here and see who we got on the board. So it looks like Desmond Bain points. Look at that.
Yep.
We'll see what his last 15 are. Here we go. So let's see if that's an actual play.
Because I was going to say, this is silly. A weird looking scenario here, right?
Yeah, so you always want to check those, especially on the when they're at the top of the board. Sometimes that can be a little silly, but we'll see what we got. So I know, I don't even see that his points are on the board right now. So we'll see if they pop up later. Yeah. But
as a reminder, we are still in beta, right? So sometimes things like this just happen, right?
Yeah. And it gets pulled. Stuff gets pulled, so it is, does happen quickly. So this happened with Giannis the other day, and he came back. A lot of times they'll pull something when the number is like that, and then it'll come back on later at potentially, a point higher or something like that. So, Max Strus we got with rebounds here. That looks pretty good.
I like that too, for sure. I mean, most books have him at 3.5. Which is obviously really, really nice. Like, and so our Sharp app projection is at 3.8. Sportsbook matches that on a smaller slate. Like, I think that's a pretty good play.
Almost a 67% chance of hitting here.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and plug that in as a play.
Yeah, I mean, and if you expand that to the last 15, it's 73 theoretical win rate. So that's pretty darn good.
All right. So plug that in there. So the last 15, 73%. Yeah.
Really good.
Really good stuff there. So that's our first pick there. So we'll plug that in, and then looks like, as you can see, this is in real time, so we can, his
I just saw that too.
Just bumped up right ahead of that even. So, and it's going in and out. So we'll stick with the rebounds for now, and then I'll take a look here at the next one. It looks like Caris LeVert questionable, and then Zach Edey assists. I don't know. I think he's kind of sporadic with those.
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey rebounds have been pretty good when I've played the under here. And as you
Okay.
can see, yeah, almost 80%, over his last 15. And then, yeah, 63% chance hit rate there. So
most books are at 3.5. Like that's some good value to me.
yeah. So, I mean, you can do this pretty quickly. As you can see here, if you want to, and that's a great thing. This is on your phone as well, the Sharp app. So if you are new and we're doing this on, the PC here, but this is an actual app on your phone. So, so we got Max Strus under rebounds, Tyrese Maxey under rebounds, both under 4.5. Those are the first two plays. We're going to look at one more. And it looks like we got our first question here. It's from Scott Newman to Mitch. How about DeJounte Murray tonight?
We can take a look at DeJounte Murray. Let's see. Scott, what do you think about DeJounte Murray tonight? This is a running joke. Scott and I, we talk all the time. DeJounte Murray.
Gotcha.
All right. Whoa. Sorry. It just totally freaked out for me. Everyone went up and down. So we can see if anything updated here. All right.
So we'll look at our next play and see what we got on the board here. We got Jeremy. I don't know if it's Sohan or Sochan. I don't know.
It's Sochan.
Yeah.
I think that's how I say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sochan, 60%. It looks like over the last 15. Under 2.5 here. They just played Indy at 3, so that would kind of steer me away just because.
Hey, I will say too, that game is also tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Good call. Good call.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna stick for tonight's games.
Yeah.
So Eric Gordon, I'm gonna skip over him because we did play him.
Yep.
Unfortunately. And let's see. Miles Turner assists are only 1.5. I mean, I'm not a big fan of under 1.5. I know the odds might be great, but I mean, we could play it. It's something we could play, but if we could find something better, that would.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at Scoot. Is Scoot? Is this his first time back, or has he been back for a little bit?
This might be his first. Let's take a look at the game. Oh, it looks like he's been back for one game here.
Oh, okay. So. Just because, I mean, the Sharp app projection is, about 2 points above where it is. So that's what sticks out to me, at least. Like, I'm not saying that we have to do this or not, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good question, though, is what kind of minutes is he going to get, right? I mean, did he just have like a stinker in his game back, or was he limited? What does that look like, right? That would be my question then. If he just came back, was he just out of rhythm, or was he kind of limited? So, okay. So he came off the bench on Thursday, and then, so yeah, he only had 13 minutes, and. So when he was playing, he was starting. So that's kind of a concern. I mean, I would say, right? I agree.
I think that we should stay away.
What's that?
Yeah. I think that we should stay away.
Stay away? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be a great play if we knew he was starting. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be different.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Every time I take Jarrett Allen assists, he just doesn't even pass the ball. I don't know, and I think without Embiid out there, is he really going to need to pass the ball?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, Jordan Hawkins assists. got that one there. Let's see what stands out. What stands out? See if anybody types anything in. Over 13.5 rebounds and assists for Dejounte Murray. The J is silent, I guess. That's what he's.
It is.
Your boy Scott Newman is
Yeah, the J is silent. I don't know. I actually haven't looked at Dejounte Murray. It is rebounds and assists. You know, I don't see it like offered as far as underdog goes. I don't know if that's something that they offer.
Rebounds and assists. They do. Just depends on what. I can pull it up here.
Sure.
It just depends on if it's a line that they like or not. So.
So it's like as far as the top Proptimizer goes, it has about a 3% edge actually on the under, which is not super significant, right? Either way. But that's interesting.
Yeah, and I don't remember if I took him on my owner's box play, but I'm just want to pull that up just because I think we're the same in that regard where we don't like to play somebody twice.
Yeah.
I have him in another play, and I have him less than 8 assists on owner's box, so probably just stay away from Dejounte.
Yeah.
But he's at 14.5 on underdog on rebounds and assists, so
okay.
So that would be a point over Scott's rebounds and assists that he's looking at. So, all right. So
gotta keep trudging through. There actually, is a surprising amount of value tonight. As I'm kind of going through, right? Like, there really is. There's a Scoot Henderson from James Mann. Scoot Henderson over 10.5 points.
That's who you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
So,
like I said, I worry about the minutes, right? I think last game, if I was looking it up.
Yeah, we just looked at it. He was off the bench last game, coming back from injury. So is he gonna start or not? Is the question, right?
Let's see. So his last game, he played 14 minutes, 4 points, and then fouled out.
Yeah. So, you got Anthony Simons, who's probable. And so are they going to just be cautious with Scoot? Is he just going to come off the bench again?
That's just my biggest worry, right? Is like, I wouldn't want to bet on a guy like Scoot Henderson until I really feel like I understand his role. Does that make sense? Right? Like, in kind of where he's going to be coming from, right?
But it does pop off the board, so yeah, it does.
Absolutely
does definitely.
I wouldn't blame someone for taking that bet. Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not.
So, we'll see if we can find something else, and then if not, maybe we just play Scoot and take a little roll of the dice here,
Yeah. Let's keep them in our back pocket.
Yeah, we'll keep him in our back pocket. So this one pops out a little bit. Harrison Barnes, he's had, a couple assists, like 7 out of the last 10 here. I know, it's not the best to look at, just your last 5 or 10 games, but, Scoot's a perfect example of that, right? You kind of want to know what's going on. But, and this game is tomorrow again. So, so maybe that one's tomorrow. A good play for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's see. So CJ with the assist.
I was kind of looking at that too. He's barely over that line over his last 15. Pretty much all the books agree on 3.5, but it's like super juiced at the over, right?
Right. That's Deontay, right? That's kind of his role, right?
Yep. Yep.
Murray.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends there. But I'm starting to lean more and more towards just looking at the line with Scoot, because he did
Yep.
foul out. I mean, how often is Scoot Henderson going to foul out of a game? Right?
You know what? Let's do it.
I say we do it.
And truthfully, and this is not something that I really love to do, but most of his props in the Proptimizer, if you just put in his name, they're all over, and they all have value, right? So to me, that's pretty good, pretty telling, right? Like, our Proptimizer loves him tonight, and we can't blame it.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and roll with Scoot. It all lies on Scoot tonight, so that's going to be our play, and it's going to be Max Strus under rebounds, heavily juiced. We got nerfed with the lower. Tyrese Maxey under rebounds here, same thing. That one has been cashing for us. We've played this a bunch this year, and then Scoot Henderson. That one is actually, they're giving us that at even money here on Underdog, which makes it even nicer because it's heavily juiced on the sports books, it looks like, and that's kind of only place we can get it. So I would go ahead and lock this play in, and it's almost a 5x play here, with some pretty good odds for you. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got our play, and we got some more people in here. I'm gonna have to do it on my phone because for whatever reason Underdog does not like my PC, which is weird. I would think that the PC is the way to go, but it's funny, these apps are silly sometimes. Sleeper will say it'll say spoofing or detected or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, there's no spoofing here. So one of these days we'll get Mitch on these sites because
so I'm not gonna lie to you. Can I tell you a story? Do you have time?
Yeah.
Do you have time for a story? I was sitting on the toilet 2 days ago.
Perfect time to eat these. Yeah.
This is not a lie. I was sitting on the toilet 2 days ago, and I was like, I'm just going to download all of them. Now. I'm going to download every single one. For every Proptimizer we have, right? Better, Dabble, Sleeper, Underdog.
Yeah.
And then I downloaded them, and I was like, they're just sitting on my phone. I haven't opened them yet. They're just sitting there. It really is just
promo code right here for you that works on all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll
actually
do that.
Dabble, you get $25 for free. You don't even have to make a deposit anymore, or $5 on Prize Picks. They're making it so easy now. It's ridiculous, I mean,
maybe I'll just do that on every single app. I'll just enter Swami and just for you, honestly, I won't even use them. Won't even use the apps just so that you get. Yeah.
Nice. Well, you have to make a deposit on Prize Picks and $5.
Well, that's fine. I'll make $1 million and then I'll take it all out and then that'll be fine.
Perfect. Yeah. But anyway, just the point is, it's they're making it so easy, and they're before we'll get into the Sharp report here, but they're making it so easy because the Pick'em Wars are a real thing.
Insane.
It is crazy how much money they're throwing at us. So, yeah, you guys can still get it. We'll do the shameless plug thing since I'm doing it to Mitch, but really seriously, $5 to all you have to do is deposit $5 if you don't have Prize Picks. $5 a cup of coffee, and you can get the Sharp app for free right now for 2 months. What kind of value is that? Because it's crazy. So Sleeper and Prize Picks, $5 deposit, and they give you 50. So you actually really, I mean, if you could win a $5 bet on those, you could take it out, you're making money here, and you're getting 2 months free, right? So, I mean, it's really risk-free to get the Sharp app for 2 months for free. So,
yeah, I love that.
Plug. Yeah. All right, so we will go ahead and go to the menu here. And we'll pull this up. Like, the slate is pretty light, but we are here anyway because we love sports, right? And we know it's a light slate, and it's all about the NFL this weekend.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and get started here with the few games that are tonight in the NBA. So we got some sharp action on the NBA.
A surprise. I mean, there's sharp action on every game tonight. Or actually, no, San Antonio's tomorrow. But anyway, right? So, if you're new around here, this is the Sharp Report. To me, it is the most reliable piece of data that is offered as far as making a profit on sports betting. We have 2 or 3 years. We have 3 years of backed up data to support this. Really, really quickly, you want to follow the left column, go against the middle column, and then monitor / go against the right column. Okay. So the sharps, right, are on your left. They are extremely profitable, extremely knowledgeable sports bettors, right? That usually have heavy stakes in the game. They are the early adopters as far as betting goes, right? And they are the ones that help move the lines, right?
And what is it again with the colors? How many sharps do you?
So that's a great question. So the red is 2. So anytime that you see a play in red, that means that there are at least 2 sharps at the book that we get this data from. Blue is 3 or more. You see there's a mega sharp category there. And that is that a mega sharp is any time that there are 4 or more sharps on a play, which obviously there's none tonight. We have it's a pretty light night, so not a whole lot of action going on. But the mega sharps are also incredibly profitable. The middle is the sportsbook fades, right? So that's what the sportsbook needs. We want to go against, right? It is extremely profitable. That is my Bible, like as far as the Sharp Report goes. The middle column, they've been kind of on a heater, which has been tough for your boy, but they will start to lose 100%. They always do, right? So underneath that column, you see the whale. The whale is a bettor that puts, you see he's got $25,000 on a college basketball game tonight. Come on,
35. I think that's
35. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. 35. $35,000 on Stonehill. I couldn't even tell you whether that's college or university. No clue.
Me either.
No clue. But $35,000 on this, right? So
Stonehill Skywalkers. Is that who they are?
Maybe. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But
Skywalkers.
The Skywalkers, where are they from? Where is Stonehill?
Sorry, Skyhawks. They are from Easton, Massachusetts.
Oh, cool.
Division 1 in the Northeast Conference.
Great.
As of July 1st, 2022. So, yeah.
Wow. So
going up against the Chicago State Cougars, who are 2-18.
Yeah, they're bad. Chicago State is bad. So I'm from the Chicagoland area. They're bad. They're a joke, an absolute joke. No wonder the whale is putting some Benjamins on there, right? So
10-10. Stonehill is 10-10. So yeah.
So that's the whale. Very profitable bettor, but very high unit amounts, right? And then the left the right are the squares. They are where most of the money at our sports books that we take this data from. That's where most of the money is, right? So really no surprise in the NBA tonight that Cleveland -10.5 is a square play. They're playing the 76ers.
The right is the squares. I think you said the left. So.
Oh, sorry. Yes, the right. Yep. So those are plays that I mean, some people will tell you to fade the squares, and I think that that's a totally fine position. Um, I There are just some instances where I will make a square bet, right? And I don't necessarily think that that's like a bad thing as long as you're not doing it consistently, right? As long as you're using your data. If it falls in the square column, it is what it is. But I do know a lot of people that are very profitable as far as fading the squares altogether. And so, something that we can go over really quick before we get into the games is we track all this data, right? So in the Sharp or in this Sharp web page that you have here, you have the menu and then you have the tracker, right? And so if we go down to 2025, we can kind of see where our plays have been. The Sharps have started off the year on a scorcher, right? They're up 25 units. So that means that if you played every single Sharp play, you would be up 25 units on the month.
Bingo.
That's crazy. Then you see the middle column, down bad. The middle column is also up 18 units on the month, but if you go to 2024, they had one profitable month the entire year, and that profit was 0.75 units, right? So this is a total anomaly, right? And then finally, the squares, as you can see, are down. What is that? 23 units.
23. Yeah. So if you did fade the squares, it'd be working
You'd be
for you.
you'd be in a great position,
Yeah.
right? So, though that is the January data, obviously, as January comes to a close, those are the three columns. The whale is up just 3 units, so not really a ton going on there. And then, oh no, sorry, the whale. I misread that. The whale's up almost 50 units.
Yeah.
So he's up $50,000 this month, which is pretty darn good. And then Anthony posts his best model plays. He has a model for virtually every single sport, and that's up 3 units on the year. So there are so many different ways that you can use this report, right? But to me, tail the sharps. That is the most important thing that I can tell you is if you are using this report for the first time, tail the sharps. They go up and down, right? They are sometimes you will start to tail the sharps and they'll start losing and you'll be like, what the heck? Like, why is this happening? I mean, look, the sharps were up 126 units last year in the calendar year of 2024. They had 3 negative months the entire year. Come on now. It's literally profit in your hands.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, tried and true, it is. Right.
Like there is, and this is years and years of data. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that's the thing, just what I want to say. Sorry to interrupt here, but it's literally, that's why, my motto is always like, it's the app that pays for itself. Because if you use this tool and you are following the sharps, we are called the Sharp app, and for a reason, and you are using this tool, I mean, look at that for the year. Yes, there, just like you said, there are some down months, and but if you played every single play, or over time, 127 units almost. So
yeah, well, too, and like as well, if you're not a high volume bettor, right? If that's not your thing, right? That's totally fine. Pick a sport, right?
Yeah.
I mean, last year, every single sport besides college football, which is interesting, was profitable, right? I mean, the MLB was their best sport. 52 units on the year or on the season in the MLB. That's pretty darn good.
Like, only 1 negative month in July.
Yep.
The dog days of summer.
It literally pick a sport, right? And this app will pay for itself. Like I can pretty much guarantee that, you know, if you stay consistent. And that's, you know, we can get into betting philosophy all we want here, and we'll get back to the Sharp report in a second. But like, if you're not consistent with something, you're gonna lose every time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because I can guarantee you the moment you start like tailing something or fading something, it's going to go the opposite way, and you're going to get pissed, and then you're going to go away from it. And then it's going to go on a run, and you're going to be left in the dust. Right? So, just whatever you do, stick with it, and make sure that it has history behind it to show that it's profitable. Right? Obviously, we're seeing in January, the Sharps are once again going to be very profitable this year, right? And even if they have a down month, like, you can count your blessings because you're already up 25 units or whatever, right? If they have a down month of just a couple of units, like, you're still way up on the year, right? So especially if you're a high volume bettor, the Sharp report is an awesome way to make some profit.
Yeah, and and it doesn't matter what way you necessarily bet. Like if you wanted to, because not everybody tails the Sharps like we were
Mhm.
talking about. Mitch, fades the book. So that's
Yep.
the opposite of this. So you'd be up basically close, 155 units, right? If
Last
you
year was a great year.
faded the book, if you
Yep.
faded the squares, you're talking 68 units, right? If
Yep.
you just tailed and played the mega sharp plays, you'd be up, 19 units. So, however, if you tailed the whale, right, that's
Yep.
over 100 units. So, I mean, really good stuff. Whatever way that you want to play is, there's a lot of different ways to play the Sharp app, to use it as a tool. And like you said, just as long as you're consistent, if you're hopping around like, hey, this is, college basketball, they're hot right now, and then they have a down, and then they go down 3 units next month, right? That's
Yep.
just, you
It's the
just got
nature
to
of the
kind of
beast.
expect
Yep.
that, and then just stick with it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. That was a good segue. Let's get back to the Sharp report here. So
Yeah. So
let's talk a little bit about the NFL, huh?
let's
The
do it.
this weekend is obviously going to be sweet, right? So Sunday you have you have the conference championships, right? So I think the NFC is first. I think that's in the morning, or not the morning, the mid afternoon, and then KC Buffalo's probably at night, I'm guessing, right? Like,
Yep. That's the
so
big one, right?
so we've got some data already on the Sharp report for the NFL. So we can see that a one bettor, keep that in mind, one Sharp bettor placed a bet on Philly -4.5. That line obviously has moved to, I think, plus or minus 6. If I had to guess, last I checked, let me take a look here. Yeah, I mean, you can get Washington at +6.5 right now on FanDuel, right? So the best you can get is -6, right? So that line has obviously moved a lot. And if you've been betting for a long time, you understand that in the NFL, the difference between -4.5 and -6 or -6.5 is pretty drastic, right? That's a very, very drastic move.
So is Jaden Daniels him? Is
He could
he
be.
capital HIM? Is he going to be? There's no rookie quarterback that has made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Let me ask or answer James's question really quick. So when
Yeah.
tailing the Sharps, how much variance do you do for taking that line when it pumps against the Sharps? I I think that I never recommend like tailing blindly. I don't think that that's ever a good thing, right? But I just think that especially with the Sharps, when you place a bet the amount of times you're going to get burned is truly few and far between, right? Now, as I'm
Yeah, that's
talking
a great
about,
question.
what was that?
That was a great question,
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but
Yeah.
as I'm talking about that, I mean, it just depends on the sport too, right? Like
Mhm.
in the NBA or college basketball, I think that's a no-brainer. Just go, right? I think that, like, to me, those are like auto placements, right? Even if the line or the total moves a few points, like it's all about line movement and direction, right? And so, for example, I don't remember what the bet was, but the only like thing that it point the under in between New York and Boston or Brooklyn is a few days ago, in the NBA. Like the line started at 224 and it was just moving all the way down, all the way down. I took it at 219. Like the sharps were on it as well. The sharps were on it at 221 and a half, and I took it at 219, on the under, and like it cleared by like over 30 points, right? So that was not, it's all about direction when we're talking about the sharps.
Yeah. So
Now
specifically, what would you do on this game? So
for Philly,
if it went minus, it's at -6 right now.
yeah,
That's, I'm guessing, what he would want to know.
yeah.
Would you take it, Mitch, at -6,
In the NFL, that's a lot of points, and
-4.5 to -6? I
and
would. I would, because then you're looking at a push. I would
yeah,
take it at -6, but I wouldn't take it out higher. That's me personally.
I think that's really good advice. And you know, it, anything under 7, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
if you're an experienced sports bettor, you understand in the NFL and college football, like
Right.
those lines are so key, right? Or those numbers are so key. So, uh, anything under 7, I would still follow. I mean, -6.5 is obviously pushing it because you need a touchdown, right? How many games in the conference championships have been decided by more than a touchdown or more? I don't know that
Yeah.
data.
We
You
saw
know?
that missed extra point last week, didn't we? Wasn't that last
Yep.
week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I it this is what I'll tell you. If I was a consistent sharps better, I would take -6. How much juice should you take to get the same line? Yeah, I mean, so I don't know off the top of my head. I could use a calculator really quick, but if something's over -120, I stay away with it. I would go -120 max for sure. In my opinion, like I know that right now you can get the -6 at -110 if you're on ESPN bet. Otherwise, at a place like FanDuel, we're looking at -6.5. On Fanatics, there's -6 at 110. Um, DraftKings is at -6, -112, which isn't bad. I like that play too. So, um, yeah, yeah, that's a great question. Now, Swami, we kind of predicted the whole like Jaden Daniels thing last week. We had a pretty extended conversation about like how this dude is just a winner.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We kind of faded the Lions. Everybody
yep,
was on the Lions, or we're like,
yep. I mean, I saw it from. I truthfully did not bet on the game.
yeah, me either. Yeah.
But we saw it from a mile away, right? Like this,
Yeah.
there was a hint of fraudulence. And not even fraudulence. It was just Jaden Daniels is just a winner. Like
Yeah.
he has his entire career. Like,
Ice water in his veins.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah.
So if we pull, if you do have the sharp app, if you pull this up on this game, Mitch, too. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, but the AI predictions are at -5.
That's
Interestingly enough.
that like to me, while that's not at -6, that tells me that -6 is a good bet. Does that make sense? Like, even though it's not right at that line, like because it's above -4.5, where a sharp took it, that tells me that -6 is a good line.
Yeah, and then but interestingly enough, the handles tool has the money coming in on Washington.
Yeah.
It's 70% almost.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
is pretty wild.
I just think that a lot of people are see it as a big line, and
that's the bet percentage. The money is 62%.
but still,
Yeah.
the point still stands, right?
Yeah.
Like most of the public, right? While it's not directly on the Sharp report, the public seems to be on Washington, and that doesn't surprise me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles just
Yeah.
I mean the Eagles just, if you've watched them the last few years, it's like, you know, they just do they really stand out? Like, have they really, in these big games? I mean, I don't know. Could just like last week with the Lions, I mean, it's this game is tough for me. I could see it. I could definitely see a like a backdoor cover, by the Commanders here again.
Yeah, look, I think that truthfully, either the Eagles are going to cover or the Commanders are going to win.
Yeah.
I think that those are like the two options,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, when we talk about that game, let's move on to the primary game here, like the one that, I mean, there's going to be a million eyes on this game. I think that obviously whoever wins Kansas City Buffalo is going to be favored in the Super Bowl, right? Would you agree with me on that? Like, no matter who wins either game,
yes,
the AFC is going to be favored in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
So technically, this is your Super Bowl. It could be, right? And like this is who we'd want to see in the Super Bowl, is these two teams, if it was possible.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's a way to hedge your happiness, maybe. If you're a Chiefs hater, right? Which a lot of the public is, right? Look at this dude. This dude's coach is Pete Carroll.
Oh God. So I forgot we have a Bears fan in here. Excited about a new coach on the Bears. Come on, get out of here.
That's so funny. Like, anyway, sorry. So if you're a Chiefs hater, I would bet
that glaze, by the way, sorry on Ben Johnson. That glaze was so gross. That was so gross, man. I mean,
the Raiders
and him coming in there.
The Raiders wanted Ben Johnson, but they didn't have Ben Johnson money.
No,
That's
I'm
so
glad.
funny.
I'm glad. I'm happy about that. So yeah, we'll go back to this game.
All right, sorry.
My wife does love watching. I'm sure Taylor, the NFL wants Taylor in the Super Bowl. Come on now. Again. Yeah.
So this is what I would do. If you want to hedge your happiness, you bet on the Chiefs in this game. Because look, if the Chiefs win, you win coin. If they lose, the Chiefs aren't in the Super Bowl. So
there you go.
Right? Like that's one way to look at it, right? If I were a betting man, I would bet on the Chiefs.
I would bet on the Bills. I said that last week though too, with everybody was on the Ravens.
Yep. And I think we had 3 coaches, including myself, on the Ravens.
Yeah.
And like you were right. It does the Josh Allen voodoo magic take over Arrowhead?
Yeah. That's the one thing is they are on the road, you know.
Yeah.
But the weather is not going to affect him.
No.
I don't know that the crowd, you know, it's a big game. He's been in the big game, big games like this. So
I think that you can take that aspect out of this game, right? Like these two teams have been here before, right? Like, and
Chiefs
obviously,
are 3-0 though against them in the postseason, right?
Yeah. Like, and I mean, I bet you a lot of people are looking at like because the Bills beat the Chiefs, right? Like earlier in the year.
Yep.
I think a lot of people look at that and say like, oh well, the Chiefs are probably going to win this time, right? I mean, I think that Kansas City being dogs, they're favored. They're favored. Kansas City being favored by less than a field goal at home is really telling. Like, I do.
Guess how much money have you guess what the money percentage is on the Bills?
I bet you the Bills are public.
They are public. They're both, yeah. It's almost the same. Take a wild guess. What the
I have not looked at it, so
yeah.
I'm gonna guess like 73%.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
83%
Holy crap.
money and 81% public.
And we're getting we're getting that data from the Sharp app, right?
Yeah.
So as a part of a Sharp Pro like subscription, you get access to the money handles, which takes data from every major sports book and basically compiles it together. So I'm gonna pull it up right now. I mean, that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, so everybody finally listened to the Schwami and realized that it is the year for Josh Allen to break through and go to the Super Bowl.
Look,
I mean,
kind of the like an Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl would be hell. That would be hell. That would not be fun.
No.
Like, I mean, I think that a Bills Commanders Super Bowl would be on drugs. I think like that would be. I think that would just be an insane game. Like, I think that the Bills would probably be favored by. They'd probably be like if that was the game, I would say it would probably be
8.5.
What was that?
I would say like 8.5. I don't know. That's just throwing it out there.
It would probably be a lot. Like, yeah. I mean, if for my rooting interest, I would go. I think that Bills Eagles would be a good game. I really do. Like, I actually think that both would be a good game. To not hurt Caleb Williams' legacy, I hope the Eagles win. I can't hear. Oh, the Bears should have drafted Jaden Daniels first overall anymore. L. Take the L.
Nice. Well, I think that, you know, I think there are going to be some really good games this weekend. Yeah. I think, you know, Jaden Daniels doesn't even have it like figured out yet, and he's doing this. So, I mean, we got a lot of good stuff to come here. And
okay, give us your final. Like if gun to your head, you got to bet on both these games. It's Philly -6 and KC -1.5. Where are you putting?
Yeah, I'm taking. If I had to bet, I would take the Eagles spread.
Yep.
And I would take the Bills to win. I would.
I would bet Eagles, but I would take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because
womp
womp. Inevitable. I don't know.
Inevitable. I think this is the year. So
yeah,
that's your pick.
I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. I do. I hope so.
Yeah, I mean the NFL hopes that the Chiefs go. We all know that, and you know the Swifties will be there for the Super Bowl and the ratings and all that stuff. But if I had to pick, that's what I think is going to happen this weekend. So, so that is the show. That went by quick.
I know.
Quite quick,
Time
man.
flies when you're having fun.
I was surprised with the Sharp report being kind of the lightest it's been since we've done the show. I feel like it's pretty light.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be a good one. So appreciate everybody and just only a couple weeks left here, guys, before we release all those Proptimizers. I mean, we're gonna more than double what we got right now. So make sure that you hit up Mitch or myself, and we will get you a discount link while you can get it, because it's going to be nuts, and we are excited. So thank you guys for joining us. Yeah.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
All right. We'll see you next time. Go Bills.